Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Tor Raihan, and I will explain what are description and units from this video. So let's start this next slide. Description. The video explains a teacher teaching about how to teach teenage student and a teacher knows how to teach using the methods given to adolescents. And because of that, the teacher has depended with what he learned to how to teach adolescent properly. And next slide is unique from this video. Unique from video, I found unique in the first video that the way to teach a teacher is very interesting, and the teacher using a camera what is recorded on the desk, and he he will he will explain. The teacher will explain from this material. And number three, the teacher use clap the student and discussion for his method. And next slide will be to explain for my friends. Thank you.
The next is interesting point in the teaching video. The first is the maximum efforts of the teacher in dealing with teenage students. The interesting thing about the video that I have watched regarding the problem of adolescents is that the teacher gives maximum effort in teaching adolescents. The students look very lethargic, but the teacher provides interesting teaching such as providing space for discussion between friends. And the second is supervision given by the teacher when teaching. The teacher does not only sit down but also supervises each student and provides input on the assignment in a friendly tone to the student.
So I want to explain you about the problem in that video. From the video teaching system with the concept of teaching youth that I have watched, I found a problem that usually occurs in learning. For example, according to what I observed in the video, the teacher is too monotonous and has many rules for his students. For example, when a new student arrives, the teacher immediately arranges where the student has to sit and also always reminds the students to keep silent. Then, the lack of interaction between teachers and students can be seen in the video. So, that communication is only one way because the teacher is always talking. Besides that, in my opinion, the way the teacher teaches these teenagers is too basic and less attractive. Because in general, teenagers like new things.
Next, I will explain about methods as prospective teachers in solving problems. Principle for teaching problem solving. First, model a useful problem-solving method. 2. Teach within a specific context. 3. Help students understand the problem. 4. Take enough time. 5. Ask questions and make suggestions. And last, link errors to misconception. First, model a useful problem-solving method. Problem-solving can be difficult and sometimes tedious, so student by your example how to be patient and persistent and how to follow a structured method, such as puts model described here. Articulate your method as you use it so students see the connection. Second, the teach within a specific context. Teach problem-solving skill in the context in which they will be used. Example, mole fractions calculation in a chemistry course. Use real-life problems in explanation, example, and exams. Don't teach problem solving as an independent, abstract skill. Third, help students understand the problem. In order to solve problems, students need to crucial to successful. Learning of problem skills. If you success at helping students answer the question what and why, finding the answer to how will be easier. For take enough time when planning a lecture or tutorial, budget enough time for understanding the problem and defining the goal, both individually and as a class. Your student making finding and fixing mistakes and solving entire problems in a single session. 5. Ask questions and make suggestions. Ask students to predict what would happen if, or explain why something happened. This will help them to develop analytical and deductive thinking skill. Also ask questions and make suggestions about strategies to encourage students to reflect on the problem-solving strategies that they use. And last, link errors to misconceptions. Use error as evidence of misconceptions, not carelessness or random guessing. Make an effort to isolate the misconceptions and correct it, then teach students to do this by themselves. We can all learn from mistakes.
Teaching system on video with the concept of teaching youth. Number 1. In the video, there is a youth learning concept, namely the discussion method. The discussion method is a way of presenting a lesson in which students are faced with a problem which can be statement or question that problematic to be discussed on and solved together. Number 2. Then there is the lecture or explanation system. The lecture method is a way of presenting lessons conducted by teacher by direct explanation or explanation to students. Until now, this method is still used. This is understandable because this method is the easier to do and is economically profitable. Many teachers are not satisfied if they have not profit explanation directly to students. Number 3 is, in the video there is also an assignment or task given by the teacher. Is a teaching method that is applied in the teaching and learning process, which is commonly referred to as the assignment method. Usually, the teacher gives the assignment as homework. In another sense, of assignment is given from the teacher to students to be complete and account for it at school, or at home, or in another place. And then number 5 is then in the video using a problem-solving system. Model compared to conventional learning is problem-solving learning based on construct-visit learning objective, which emphasizes 3 learning focus. Emphasis how problem-solving strategies focus education on learning of student-centered. Students actively solve problems at their own time using the knowledge they have previously learned. Problem-solving emphasizes how the knowledge transfer process occurs in learning. Number 5 is, and finally, using a system of cooperation between students. In the world of education, various learning methods have emerged that focus more on cooperation. One of learning method is the cooperative learning method. Cooperative learning is a learning model using a group or small team system, which is between 4 to 6 people who have different academic backgrounds, gender, race, or ethnicity. Besides being able to increase cooperation because of the existence of small groups in learning with members of this heterogeneous group is also has accompanying impacts such as social relation, acceptance of students who are considered weak, self-esteem, respect for time, and like to give help to others. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.